Hello friends, this is Andrea. Welcome back to my channel, Drea's Bears. I'm here today to do kind of what I thought would be a really fun video. This is the largest and the smallest journals I have made to date. So I thought it would be really fun to sort of do them, flip through them both in the same video. So this journal I made ages ago, I think probably almost 2 years ago. And I was inspired by this beautiful fabric that I found at a quilt shop. Most of it is on screen. I know that I'm going to have to be really careful. It can't quite fit top to bottom, so I'll do some moving around, some maneuvering as best I can. But it measures, let's see, about just a little over 15 inches tall by about 7.5 inches wide, and the spine is about 2 inches, but there's lots of room for growth, and I'll show you that. And this little one is, let's see, maybe 2.25 inches, just under 2.25 by 1 inch. By I think just over a 1/2 inch spine. So in comparison, they're just so fun together. I thought it would be fun. So let's do a flip through of them both. We'll start with the big guy. There is, this might look familiar to some of you, there is actually a silent flip through of this journal on my channel already. That was a point where I was a little too nervous to actually do any talking on YouTube. So I thought I'd refilm it, and then it will go up for sale in my Etsy shop. I've just got to do some research on what it would cost for shipping, because the dimensions are pretty unusual, so I'm not really sure. So I have these little, on the side, there are these little tags that hang out, which are kind of fun just to add some extra prettiness. And then there's some lace trim as well. The front panel and the back panel, it's fully decorated as well. I'll show you that. It's made with, I think it's been so long, I think there's 2 panels, if I recall, 2 panels of cardboard. There's a thicker one on this side and a thinner one that I've wrapped the fabric around. And then there's this is the back. This was originally going to be the front, but I didn't quite love it the same way that I loved the front panel. And the reason I made the journal so big was because I just thought the fabric panel was so pretty. And I'm a little strange when it comes to fabric. I know that if I cut it down, no one would really know what the full panel looked like. So I could really cut it down, but I know what the full panel looks like and how beautiful it is with the frame. So I just didn't have the heart to chop it down into a more manageable book size. So I just adapted my book to the size of the fabric. Anyways, so that's one of my little isms, I guess. So on the inside, this is lined with a really nice heavy cotton fabric and this gorgeous batik that I bought from the same quilt shop that I found the bird panels in. I have several of them. Heaven knows where I've put them now. It's been about 2 years. So in the front pocket, I have this sweet little bird tag, and it's lined with tea-stained cardstock. And this really giant, well, it's not so giant in this book, is it? But it's a large Admit One sort of ticket. And it's got a really beautiful field. I think there's a church in the background here. This was an Artie Mays freebie. A lot of the bird images you'll see are from Louise Heinzel, but I've got quite a mixture of kits, so I'll try and remember who they're from. Having been such a long time ago, I'm not sure if I will. A little mushroom card. I'm pretty sure this is from Nick the Booksmith. And then I just collaged a giant tag using, I think I just used packing paper. So this brown paper here, this is some vintage wallpaper digital here and here. And then this is cut out from a beautiful flower book that I have, and I'm not sure where the butterfly came from. I have quite a few butterfly fussy cuts, but it's a nice big journaling tag for you to get started with there. And then on the inside pocket here, I'll take all these guys out so you can see what I've done is I've done a little beautiful flower cluster coming out of the top of this pocket, which I really, really love. And then I've put this, what is, I think was an envelope, and I've just glued it directly down to the page and put a little journaling card, bingo journaling card here. That tucks in sideways. I just love the way that looks. And there, this is a really neat, it was from a calendar, obviously a calendar, and these are all painted. It was a fundraiser for, fundraiser by people who, this particular artist actually paints by mouth. There are artists who paint using their feet, and it goes to raise funds for a particular charity, but I'm not sure which one. My aunt gave me this thinking I would love to use the images because they're so pretty. A cute little bird tag, tea stain paper on the back. This is a Tim Holtz cutout, and it's just white on the back. Oh, well, look at that. There's a little, I didn't even see that. There's a little tag here with a bird cut. I'll just tuck that right there for now. And then a super long tag using some beautiful fall colors. This is scrapbook paper. These digitals, I believe, are from Tracy Fox. They're her tea cards. And this is one of the circle punches from the Louise Heinzel kit. And I've just put a bird again on the back there. And beautiful tea stain paper on the back. There, so that's a fun little cubby. I will move that because I know I'm going to take this off. So on this side, as you can see, because the book is so long, I actually had to, what I call, create Franken paper. So I had to sew papers together in order to get them the size that I needed for this book. There's a little altered paper clip here with some little things tucked underneath. This is a neat digital. I think this was a freebie also from Artie Mays. And I've just folded it into quarters, and you could use it however you wanted. And this just flips out. I've used some of the paper from the kit and a fussy cut flower from a beautiful wildflower book. Again, just to give it something fun so you could journal there if you like. And yeah, so I've done some sewing. I don't know if you can see the stitching because I've used sort of a grayish thread, so it's not very visible. And I will just hang all of that there. Now on this side, I have lots of flips and flaps here. Here is a triple fold. So this is using a file folder and some tea stain paper, digital papers. This is scrapbook paper. So I created this fun little pocket here, and I've just put some little, this is an Artie Mays digital there, and just created a tag with a little tuck spot for another tag. Cute little birds there. Space for journaling. Here I've created a tuck spot for a giant tag with fussy cut mushrooms on it. This, I'm not sure what company this is, but that's scrapbook paper. It's from an actual, oh geez, I wish I could remember what it was. Anyways, there's a little whale tail tab as well. And then if I flip it this way, it folds out this way as well. So again, there's lots of journaling space. You could decorate this, add pockets, however you wanted to use that. So that's just a little tri-fold using a file folder. Here's some more Franken paper, and I've put some lace trim on it. And a big giant doily. This is some scrapbook paper just sewn to tea stain paper and a little bit of crochet trim. And this is where I've hung one of the round bird tabs, and I've used one of the bulb pins here. I think I just found those at Michael's in the sewing section. And there you can really see the difference between the paper. Here's some of my fun splattery tea stain paper, Big Bird, not Big Bird from Sesame Street, but a Big Bird pocket. And inside is another beautiful tag with it, looks like a little baby robin, tea stained on the back, and then an envelope just so you can hide your little extra bits and bobs in there. I love the way this paper turned out. It's so fun. Here is a page from a bird watcher's book, so you could document the date of sighting and the location you saw the particular bird. It's a really cool book. I found it at a local charity shop and it really was perfect for this. Here's a nice floral page and another flip out. Oh, I'm so sorry I did move the camera. I apologize. Oh, I'm still getting used to this. I'm just gonna, ooh, sorry. I'm just going to adjust you back. I'm so sorry about that. Here is another flip out, and I've just attached a piece of the digital here just to give it something to grab onto. Sometimes I find when there's flip overs, it's hard to, you know, get your fingers under the page. So that helps. Nice big page for journaling or drawing or sketching, doodling, pictures, putting ephemera on, tea stain music paper. Here's the center of the first signature. I left the nice little bow there and this cute little bird. This is just sewn right onto this tea stain paper. And there's the other side of the signature. Very similar. Flip out here. There's the other side of that bird page. I just love this put together, this sort of self-created paper. I really like that. It's really fun. So here is a very large image, and what I've done is I've glued it just about here. So this part of the image is actually stuck down to the page, but I've left this part open, and I've put this beautiful vintage postcard inside. It says best wishes, and it's a little robin. It just goes so nicely with this particular picture. And I think it's got a little bit of writing on the back very lightly in pencil. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's just beautiful. I really love that. So that just tucks away in there. Here's an envelope pocket. These digitals, I believe, are from, this one is from, oh, I'm trying to think of it, so I'll stop thinking of it and I'll remember in a second. And this is just a little fussy cut bird from a Tim Holtz piece of paper. I'll come to that. This has a pocket here, so you can, oops, you can hide things away. Here, it's almost a hidden pocket really because it blends in nicely. And here's another flip out. This is not a pocket here. That's the beginning of the first signature, or sorry, the beginning of the second signature. This has a little tuck here. So again, it's open on this side here, but you can tuck things into that quite easily. Book page. This is tea stained, was lined paper, but when I tea stained it, the lines just sort of bled out. The ink came off. Antique Papery. I knew I'd think of it. These digitals are from Antique Papery. Again, another envelope there to tuck some things into. Such a big, big space for journaling. Here's another fall leaf tag that I've created with a little tab for a tuck spot. And inside is a recipe card that I have. And this is for fresh apple cinnamon coffee cake. And there's the recipe on the back. How fun is that? And then the back again is tea stained cardstock. And this is just a super large pocket for whatever you'd like. Some fun little bobbly trim there. And another flip out. I think this is also a paper clip. Yep, so I just paper clipped that to hold it shut. And this beautiful piece here as a tab, so you can fold it out. Another big doily. There's the center of the signature. Here's another flip out. And another flip out on this side with just a label. This label is from the Graphics Fairy, and this is just a piece of washi tape there. And here I was using some black thread. This is a cool crinkled up piece of paper that I flattened out. I usually just squish them under really heavy books to get them out. And there was a bit of a tear, so rather than, you know, getting rid of the paper or not using it, I just actually zigzag stitched the tear together, which was kind of fun. Same idea here. I have this large image, but I've glued it right about here, so it's a narrower pocket so you don't lose things all the way down into the bottom. And there's just a collaged, I think it's like a recipe card, yeah. that I just put. This is, I think, also a Tracy Fox label with a definition of, I think it says tree. Yeah, it's about the trees there. It just tucks in there. And here's another one of those tri-fold. I don't know if I can get it all on screen. Flip outs. So there's the first panel, and again, I've done a slightly different variation of a tag with a pocket. So instead of being a corner pocket, this is just a full square pocket. And this is another Artie Mays digital there. Tea stain paper. There's that same scrapbook paper, and I've just attached, oh, it's just a flip. I thought it was a pocket, but it's a little flip out. And a very, very similar tag to the previous pocket as well. And then on this side, hopefully we can see it, a little corner pocket with cute little bingo card and tea stain paper on the back, and a fussy cut flower, and some nice digitals there. I'm not sure where these ones have come from. And that is that. More used to be lined paper. Beautiful floral paper. Here's another tuck, open tuck here, and a little tiny flap out. Corner pocket with some goodies inside. Here is just a nice square journaling card. I just rounded the corners. Tag with a pocket again. And another just simply collage journaling card with a fussy cut flower on the back. And here's another, I'm not sure who this one is from. This was a freebie that, again, this was about 2 years ago, so I don't know, and it's just white on the back. And another pocket. So with this pocket, I also did the nice little cluster of flowers coming out. Here's another cute little bird bingo card. I love that sweet little guy. And then a super long tag to go with the super long book, and some fussy cut mushrooms. And this book, the page from this book here is actually from the late 1800s. I can't remember what the book was called, but it's very brittle paper, and the whole book was just falling apart when I found it. So giving it some new life. Digital just stitched down, some more Franken paper. And here's another tri-flip. There, lots of writing space. Very similar formula on all of them, and almost the same tag. Essentially the same paper, but different mushrooms on each of them. There. And another big giant doily. More tea stain paper. Here's that beautiful owl. He's on the front. I've used him on the front cover of one of my corrugated cardboard journals that I just uploaded the video of a few days ago. So he might look familiar to some of you. Another altered paper clip. And a flip out here. I'm sorry if I'm not fully on screen, but if there's anything super interesting on top or bottom, I'll try and remember to move it. This was just paper clipped to the back here, and it's just a tea stained guest check with a fussy cut flower on it. Some more of that bird watching book page. Here's the center of the third signature. Super sweet. More large pieces of paper. This whole page here up to about here is one full piece of paper. It's 17 by, I can't remember the complete measurements, but you can get it at Staples. And I needed it for something this big, but I still had to sew the pages together to get the right size. There's another envelope. Fussy cut mushrooms there. There's another Franken page again with here, if you can see, I'll try and bring it down a little, one of the little bird tabs. Now here, what I've done is a flip down. So I'm going to push this up a little bit. So there's a little mushroom tab here, and there's a flip down with a bit of washi, and then there's a flip out. So this lays down first, and this holds it all together. And the very final page, again, a beautiful fussy cut flower. And here's the back pocket. In the back pocket is another one of the oversized Admit One tags, event tags. And here's a little journal with a really cute image with 3 pigeons, 4 pigeons, 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess there's 6 of them, but I don't know where I got this, but it was such a fun little image. I remember finding it and thinking, oh, I need to include that in this bird book. And it's just one of my thrown together with extra scraps, little tiny notebook. And here is a super oversized tag with the bird tab on the top. And what I did on the back here is created a little ephemera holder. So I've used some vellum here. This is a very sort of, it's not as see-through as some of the vellums you can get. This is really old. I think this is probably from, geez, I can't remember. Anyways, I have a huge roll of it downstairs, big roll of vellum. And so there's all these great little labels and extra little fussy cut birds here. These are all from different digital kits that I've had. So they're I couldn't possibly remember where they were all from. There, so you can take it with you. This isn't really a travel-sized anything, but you know, this is great if you're working on a particular page and you want to, if you know, for example, we're working on a page over here and you wanted to do something with, you know, mushrooms or something, you could just put all the ephemera that you're working with in there, take all of this out, and then just, you know, bookmark where you are in your journal, which is really nice, a nice option. So that's the whole journal, front to back, the largest journal I've made to date. And then, now where did I put the tiny one? Let's see where the tiny one is. I'm just going to move this off to the side. And then I've got the smallest journal I've ever made right here. And this is a fun little guy. So I was at a craft show, not a craft show, an art show, an artisan show, a couple of Christmases ago. It was the last live show I was able to attend. So it must have been 2018, I think. It was either 2018 or 2019. And so there was a lull. And so I had these little Halloween candy boxes. You know, me and my candy boxes. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to challenge myself to make a journal out of this. Well, whenever there was a lull at the show. So I covered it with some scrapbooking paper that I had. And I cut the top off and cut the sides off and the bottom. And here is this itty bitty little journal. So it is a full-on journal with tags and everything. So I just used scraps. Now here I have a tiny little pocket and these great event tickets. They were just the right size for this journal. And then I used a little scrap to make a pocket here. And then there's these 3 little tags that I've made. And they are made with the, if anyone has ever bought a paper pad, it's the top strip that you usually just tear off the contrasting paper at the very top of the scrapbook 12 by 12. So this is the extra little inch at the top. And so I just used it to create teeny tiny little tags. And it also, I used it for some of the pockets. Oh, I'm not even going to try to get that in on camera. So I've got lined paper, scrapbook paper. It's just the teeniest, tiniest little thing. And I just stitched it together with regular sewing thread. I was also working on some teddy bears at the time because I was showcasing my bears and my journals together at this particular show. For anyone who lives in Southern Ontario in Canada, it's the Sugar Plum Fair at the Nottawasaga Inn. That's the show I was at when I was doing this. It's a great, great show. Whoops, what have I done there? I've done something silly. Oh, I've glued it together. So you can see all of the little tags. There's a little side tuck there and another teeny tiny little tag. and another teeny tiny little journaling spot. So you can see how small these little tags are. And I just used, I don't know if you can see that, I just used a hole punch to create the little thumb notches. It was just such a fun little project. I love challenging myself like this. And yeah, just all different kinds of paper. There's another little pocket with 3 little tags again. And there's the little pocket here, and a belly band with a long tag. And I've just used the sewing thread as the tops of the tags, so the little pulls or the little strings. And here's another teeny tiny little pocket with teeny tiny little tags there. There it is. And then I found this little miniature tassel, which went on it so nicely, just perfectly. So if you can see how tiny these little things are. I don't know what I was thinking that day, but it sure was a fun project. So this guy he's not for sale. I mean, he's pretty rough. I think one of the threads has broken in there. He lives, I have a little, off to the side of my work desk here, I have a little, what I call my treasure box. I like to collect little miniature things. I'll show you really quickly. So this is a really beautiful old wooden box created out of old barn board, and the artisan who made it is brilliant, and it has this really cool, I don't know what you would call that, sort of, I don't know what to call that. It's a thing that stops it from opening. And this is actually carved out of narwhal tusk, which is kind of a cool thing. And you can see the knot of the wood. It's just neat. This was an unfortunate, I was screen printing something and happened to get white paint on it. I've not bothered to try and get it off, but I suppose it could come off eventually. And then on the inside, I have all my little trinkets of things that I've collected over the years. A little bear container and this cute little black cat and tiny little spoons. And oh, this is a really cool little thing. I don't know why I'm showing you this, but why not? This is a miniature sewing kit. It's just the coolest. I got this from my friend Felicia. She sells antiques in the States, and it's just such a neat little kit. And you could wear it as a pendant. It just locks with this ring, so you could wear it as a necklace, or just carry it around. It's just such a different thing. And I've got all kinds of little trinkets in there. So my little journal just lives inside my treasure box perfectly, like so. And yeah, so that was the largest, and I'll take it out, the largest and the smallest little journal I've ever made in my lifetime. I'm sure I will challenge myself again at some point, because I've got some big, beautiful quilting panels sitting behind me. So we'll see. But anyways, there we go. The largest and smallest journals I've made to date. So thanks for coming on this little tour of my whimsiness. I hope you guys have a great day, and happy creating. Thanks for stopping by to watch, everyone. Bye now.